We have got to get that theme back to the original, I swear. That thing's too hard for me. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to False Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here, running solo once again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here and for watching and listening with me here. Um, Happy October, happy month of Halloween as well, Columbus Day. And we are now going into the home stretch for what I see is the biggest months ahead for WWE. And as you know, Fastlane is live this Saturday night in Indianapolis, live on Peacock. I have got the full card along with my predictions, and we'll get into that towards the second half of our program here, as I'm with you guys for the next 35 minutes or so. Um, Raw and SmackDown. I got some things over there for you that kind of leads up to the pay per view in general, the premium live event. But we actually have an AEW surprise. Be needless to say, I was stunned to see it. A lot of people weren't really surprised at all, but I was one that was. And we'll get there towards our beginning. But it's just going to be it's a very interesting stretch right now to be a wrestling fan. So we'll dive into that together. Just want to let you guys know as well, False Count Anywhere, live every Wednesday right here at 5 on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch, as well as Red Circle, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and TuneIn podcasts. The more you guys grow this, the more we get our names out there, the more we grow this channel. And the more we grow this program, the more we grow this company. So your support means everything to us. So just keep on bringing us that support because we need it. And, as we are into the month of October, we are in the month of, you know, some scares, some frights, maybe some delights. As we all know, Halloween is rapidly approaching. So maybe there are some delights regarding AEW, WWE. There were some scares. So I'll break all that down for you throughout our time together. So with that being said, I'd like to inform all of you at this time that this broadcast of Falls Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Rhode Island Broadcasting for the uses of our audience, and any publication, reuses, or redistributions by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared and is greatly appreciated. And also to the man behind the scenes, Ron Rigo, who does a tremendous job as always. Thank you, brother, for all you do behind the scenes. But hey, just like I told you last week, can we go back to the original theme that we had versus this one? Because I told you last week, I want to be able to get our original theme back. I don't know why it got changed in the first place. Well, like I know that I'm running solo most of the time now, but definitely let's try to get that one back. Because if you can maybe try to plug that in for the outro for when we end the show, I think that'd be nice. But we'll talk about that later on. Because you guys didn't want to hear about my backstage banter. You wanted to hear wrestling. So that's the name of the game, and that it will always remain the same. We should have you do the national anthem as the opening song. So just real quick here, what he's referencing to was when I got to sing the national anthem for the Woo Sox, the Worcester Red Sox, back on August 16th. That was a day that I'll never forget as long as I live. It was a 15-hour like emergency call of, hey, we're screwed right now. We need somebody. Can you come bail us out? Because we want to give you a shot. And I drove 75 minutes from Bridgewater to go up to Worcester to do it. It was a day I'll never forget, man. It also put me, it all put me back into the organization again and put me back in the good graces of the Sox's foundation. And I'm now going to be a regular for 2024 and 25 for those seasons beyond that too. And I actually got the ability to be on Fenway's list for 2024. So if I get that call to Boston, I could be singing in front of 30,000 plus at Fenway Park, and that could be a childhood dream that comes true, man. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that. 81 home games, so you never know. And Providence Bruins, I'm still waiting to hear back on them. I'm on the short list. 41 home games, so you never know with that. So, I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that as we get further along here because, hey, sometimes in life you never know when an opportunity could jump out in front of you. Because honestly, I'm the type of person that will look at an opportunity and say, if I can do it, and if I can sacrifice for it, and if I can make time, then I'm there. My dad, Erik Dunn, jokingly said he needs 2 hours notice. I'm like, no, I can't have just 2 hours. I need at least a day. Like, I don't care if you tell me to come the next day. Just make sure you actually tell me. Um, but there are some good things happening. There's some good things going on, getting involved, and you know, um, right now, all I can say is God is good, and just taking life day by day, and just trying to survive right now. And I think a lot of the changes that I went through is similar right now to a lot of the changes that happened with WWE. Um, so to kind of like get not to get sidetracked, but to kind of like break it all down for you, let me explain this. There's a man no longer with WWE anymore that made his debut in AEW back on Sunday. Hence the headline AEW gets rated R. The rated R superstar Edge, now going by his real birth name, Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland is known as Edge, is now full time in AEW. And just as a side note, when I heard his theme, he was able to keep Alter Bridge, but he was able to keep his theme by Alter Bridge, Metal Guinness, over there. He was able to bring it over, but the intro was cool. His wife Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon, a Hall of Famer in WWE, did his intro by saying, "You think you know him?" So kind of cool that keep it in the family. I honestly thought that was cool to see. It was nice to hear too. Um, and also, as I'm going through this here, please share the show as well. That's the biggest thing. We don't get. I don't try to get the minimum 100 views unless you guys share this out and share it with everybody and say, "Hey, check them out," because they're definitely worth it. Give us a chance, give us a shot, and we won't let you down. But you have to give us a shot first in order for that to happen. So give us a chance. All right. So with that note here, let me break down Raw and SmackDown because it kind of ties into the card of Fastlane. So the Raw and SmackDown recaps from the 29th and from the 2nd. All right. So I'll break it all down for you kind of like this. So this was at the beginning of SmackDown. Paul Heyman and the Bloodline celebrated their attacks on John Cena and the phenomenal AJ Styles. And the OC, Carl Anderson, he emerged to dish out um, retribution by attacking Jimmy and Solo. Jimmy defeated Anderson, and then going down the line here, Street Profits got challenged by Bobby Lashley to prove themselves again. Austin Theory defeated Cameron Grimes. This was a great match, too. Rey Mysterio defeated Santos Escobar, both members of the LWO, to retain the United States title. That was cool to see. It was a hell of a match, too. Charlotte Flair de- defeated Bayley. And then um, Bayley then said at the end of that match, as Asuka emerged and cleared the ring, that if the Queen and the Empress of Tomorrow won a triple threat match against Io Sky, the women's champion. They will have it at Fastlane. And then, of all people, LA Knight comes back after being hit with COVID to help Cena push Jimmy and Solo away. And he's now joining forces with the greatest of all time at Fastlane. I told you guys this last week. I thought it was going to be Styles. Probably couldn't have been because he was hurt. It couldn't have been Cody. I thought maybe it might have been Randy because he was spotted over at the PC. Maybe Rock. But LA Knight, that's a good thing right here. And when I break down the card of Fastlane, I'll give you that. Yeah. But it's awesome though. Like you see that. Like Cena's getting help right now, and that's exactly what he needs. We all know that Cena's run is ending around Halloween, so hopefully they give him one hell of a fight here, and Cena gets the ability to actually put in a little bit more work. And then the Raw results from this Monday night. Johnny Gargano made a surprise return to stop Gunther's attacks on Tommaso Ciampa, his DIY partner of their tag team. So basically, in the intro, women's world heavyweight champion Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Raquel Rodriguez had an all-out melee on Raw that kicked off the show. And then official Adam Pearce announced that Cody Rhodes and Jay are going to have an undisputed WWE Tag Team title match against the Judgment Day at Fastlane. I'll break that down for you when we come back from commercial on that. And then the Alpha Academy lost to Louis Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci of Imperium. Bronson Reed defeated Cedric Alexander. Tommaso Ciampa nearly locked Gunther in his excruciating Sicilian stretch when a brawl broke out during the IC title contract signing. Xavier Woods defeated Ivar. And then this one was scary. Nakamura, Shinsuke had a brutal attack on Seth Rollins' back again to show what he would do in the last man standing match. Tegan Nox defeated Chelsea Green. The Miz interrupted Drew McIntyre, and McIntyre beat the hell out of him. Not surprised there. Cody Rhodes informed Judgment Day that Uso and him were coming to SmackDown ahead of Fastlane. Interesting. And then, of course, the IC title match, Gunther retained against Ciampa, with Johnny Gargano coming back to help him. But that's interesting right now when you think about it. Friday night on SmackDown is the last one before Fastlane, which is the night after. Jay and Cody both on Raw, with Cena and LA Knight both trying to get the bloodline off their backs. Oh boy. That is a combustible locker room. That is a locker room that has the ingredients for an explosion. And boy, is it going to be good. For what I understand and what I know, it will be phenomenal. I was also watching WWE's The Bump, which is a show they do every Wednesday. And, Cena got interviewed by Caleb Braxton, one of the correspondence coordinators, and he talked about his love for AJ and how much he loves him, not just as a human being, but as a performer as well. And, I could tell from what was going on with Styles that he was going to be out for a while, or he's going to be off TV for a while because he's hurt. I mean, LA Knight with him, I think is a sweet deal. Seeing AJ being a tag team I would not have been against it whatsoever. I think they would have been a hell of a great tag team. Randy, Rock. I mean, you had 4 great choices. Even Cody, you have 5 great choices. But LA Knight's the one that's hot right now more than anybody, and I think that's a great thing. I can't wait to hear the promo on SmackDown, and I'll be sure to break that down for you on next week's program of Falls Count Anywhere when I break down Fastlane. Um, so with that being said, here we need to take our break because I need to take a little bit of a breather here to catch my breath and get my other stuff up. So when we come back, Fastlane Live this Saturday from Indianapolis on Peacock. I got the card ready. I got my predictions ready. And my big concern with it is, will we see some question marks finally get answered going in to the Premium Live event? With SmackDown on Friday night, as I mentioned, that locker room is combustible with John Cena, LA Knight, Jay, and Cody Rhodes. How will they coexist together potentially to combat the bloodline? A lot of answers we will get on SmackDown Friday night, as well as some concerns that I think will also be solved regarding, does LA Knight really have Cena's back? I think so. But I think it's all just going to come down to preference and how they do that entire night in general. So with that being said, when we come back, I've got the Fastlane card in my predictions. We'll be broken down for you after a word from Lighthouse Productions, Rhode Island, and a word from your Rhode Island broadcasting station. You're watching and listening to Falls Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. This is Erik Dunn, and I will be right back.
If you're looking for an entertainment company to help you with your event of any kind, feel free to check out Lighthouse Productions, Rhode Island. Providence-based company serving all of New England, providing you entertainment needs in the areas of sound, lighting, photo booth, photography, videography, drone videography, monograms, slideshows, and of course, DJ sound. As a special bonus, we also have wedding officiant services through Road to Love Wedding Services in conjunction with Lighthouse Productions to provide you all of your wedding needs. Don't need a wedding? Fantastic. You need music or a reason to have entertainment for a party of any kind? We can handle all budgets and all sizes and all different types of venues. With COVID, there's a 100% money back guarantee for any type of cancellation and rescheduling needs. Check us out at lighthouseproductionsri.com. Lighthouse Productions, Rhode Island, your entertainment source for all of New England.
Welcome back. This is Falls Count Anywhere. All right. So we obviously know SmackDown will be interesting on Friday night. I think my concern right now is what will the level of momentum be for Cena as he goes into Fastlane on Saturday. Also, as a side note, before I break down Fastlane, I also need to say this about Cena. He has a winless streak that I am praying he breaks on Saturday. The last time he won a match, okay? The last time he won a singles match was when he took on Triple H at the Greatest Royal Rumble in 2018 in Saudi Arabia. Over 5 years since he's last won a match. That's way too freaking long for him to keep losing. When I saw that streak line and that number, the first thing off the top of my head was, Cena's been buried too long now. That's almost half as bad as the Sox. Yeah, that's a good point. That's fair. Honestly, that's fair. Except, unlike him, the Sox actually made it to the playoffs. So, that's that. I mean, they made it like once after those next 5 years. But, needless to say, however, it's a pretty good analogy. Oh, speaking of Red Sox, too. I also wanted you guys to know, too, that I have I'm Done with Sports live every Wednesday at 6 on 990 WBOB.com as well. And it also gets piled up on our podcast page and our Pastcast page on Thursday morning. Feel free to always tune in on there too. I'm trying to grow that one as well. Red Sox, Celtics, Patriots, Bruins, and WWE. Except that was before I had False Count Anywhere. So all of my wrestling stuff goes to False Count Anywhere now, which is a delight to have. And I thank Ron Rigo so much for that. Ron Rigo, I thank you so much for that, for me to have this. Um, so it's right now it's Patriots right now, but it's gonna be Celtics and Bruins over the next couple of weeks as we get involved with their seasons coming back again. I'm very excited to get them back involved. So yeah, that's a good thing right now. All right. Now let's get to what you're really here for. And that's Fastlane. Fastlane live this Saturday night in Indianapolis. Here's the card right here. As of right now, we have a total of only 5 matches. I'm pretty sure more will be added on to that, but we will see. So from bottom to top, here is what we have got. All right. So for the undisputed tag team titles, the Judgment Day defends them against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. So Cody shocked the world when he helped bring main event Jey to Raw after the destruction the former Bloodline member had been responsible for. It seemed almost impossible that anyone would ever trust him again, save the American Nightmare and perhaps Sami Zayn. That was until the treacherous Judgment Day began to actively recruit the former right hand to undisputed champion Roman Reigns. When Jey rejected them, however, it put a target on his back. After Women's World Heavyweight Champion Rhea Ripley returned to take stock of the Judgment Day's shortcomings in her absence, the Dark Faction and JD McDonough's sudden vile confrontation with Jey Uso and Cody led to official Adam Pearce making an explosive tag team title match for the undisputed titles at Fastlane. Fed up with the Judgment Day, WWE official Adam Pearce made the match with one added wrinkle. The showdown would be for the undisputed tag team titles. Right off the bat, I would love to see Jey win this with Cody. I think this could be a great tag team as far as I'm concerned. I want Jey to get back on top again because he deserves to be. I mean, he is more talented than Jimmy ever will be, as far as I'm concerned. Jay's the one that's the muscle. He puts in the work, and he cuts a lot better. He cuts a better promo, in my eyes. Next one up down the line. The LWO versus Lashley and the Street Profits. Oh, God. Funny how there's 4 versus 3 here. So in the wake of the chaotic attack, an irate Rey Mysterio finally had enough. And on behalf of the LWO, the legendary luchador challenged Lashley and the Profits to a 6-man tag team match. I want LWO to win this. Rey should just keep going with it. I don't like what's going on with Lashley. I think they all should just go away. So that's 2. That's 2. Next one up down the line. Number 3. For the WWE Women's title, Io Sky versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka in a triple threat. So what happened was, on the heels of Bayley's loss to Flair back on last Friday's edition of SmackDown, Asuka hit the ring to challenge both the champ and the queen, but Bayley spoke up instead, agreeing to the triple threat match challenge, much to the shock of the genius of the Sky. I think Io might actually retain it, but if I had to really pick one to get it, I think Asuka might actually take it back. Second to last, for the World Heavyweight title, it's Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match. Oh, and this one will get nasty. So in this one here, after numerous weeks of attacks on Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura strongly believes that he is the one next in line to claim his destiny. With everything regarding those attacks culminating on Monday night's edition of Raw from this week, Rollins kept on getting attacked with a steel chair in that severely injured back of his that has lasted as a 4-year injury. With the health concerning Rollins and the world coming to watch, will Seth have what it takes to retain this title, or could it be Rollins' final match of his career due to the severity of this injury? Will the reign continue, or will Nakamura stay claimed to World Heavyweight Championship camaraderies? I want Rollins to take this. I want Rollins to take it because he's on such a great run. He's got everything right there waiting for him. I definitely want him to win on that. So that's number 4. Number 5, and this is the last one. And what I understand, this could be the main event of Fastlane for what I know. This might be the main event. But again, there's really a order with this. There's really much of an order. But it's John Cena, the greatest of all time, versus L.A. Knight versus Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline. So the tension has been brewing between the Bloodline and the greatest of all time ever since Cena made his return to SmackDown last month. Cena came to the aid of the phenomenal AJ Styles, further cementing his combativeness with Jimmy and Solo. Unfortunately for Cena, Styles was taken out in a backstage assault by Uso and Sikoa moments before they were supposed to sign the contract for their match at Fastlane. With only 3 signatures on that contract, it looks as if Cena was on an island of his own. When Uso and Solo launched a vicious 2-on-1 attack on the greatest of all time on last Friday's edition of SmackDown, LA Knight suddenly emerged to clean house and helped John Cena repel the opposition from the ring. LA Knight then signed the contract to join forces with Cena against the Bloodline for Fastlane. Oh, yeah. I mean, you couldn't have asked for anything more, really. I mean, LA Knight and Cena joining forces, come on now. Like, it's awesome. It really is. Like, you can't. I mean, like, you really could. I mean, you can't really just look at them and be like, well, nah, it's just them. Nah, whatever. No, this could be one hell of a shootout, and I'm looking forward to this match. I'll tell you right now, this match is going to be good. This match is going to be great, and I'm not lying to you either. That number on Cena is very alarming. 5 years without a win in a singles match. And this comment, they seem to be using Cena to lift LA Knight to ultimately take over. I don't believe so. Because let's not forget something. Cena's still around for almost another month. Cena's got 4 more weeks, as far as I'm concerned right now. He's not going anywhere. They might even extend him longer. Who knows? I hope so. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been a little bit underwhelming seeing what they've been doing with him. But him getting back involved with the bloodline, I mean, we all know from the match 2 years ago at SummerSlam with Roman, we know there's unfinished business there. But I think for Cena, he needs to get that finish that he deserves. And as I mentioned to you before, Cena's a first ballot Hall of Famer easily. Cena's a first ballot Hall of Famer in WWE. There's no question. And you know, I think that with Cena, however, there's a lot of questions right now on that radar of can he win the big one? Can he pull it out of the hat? Does he have the ability to take it out of the hat? They have a Hall of Fame. Yes. There's been a Hall of Fame since 2005. Except all the classes they had years before that got inducted in 05. Because that was the beginning of them doing the Hall of Fame live. And, as far as I'm concerned, everything with Cena right now points up. The big question is, can he keep it up? So with that being said here, for next week's broadcast of Falls Count Anywhere, I'm breaking down the results of Fastlane. I'm breaking down my predictions, how many got right and wrong. Right now, it's only 5 matches. That might change with SmackDown on Friday. But if it's only 5 matches on that card, that's a pretty small card for Fastlane. That's pretty damn small. I'm hoping they'll have more than that, but we will find out. SmackDown from this Friday, the Raw on Monday, which will be the aftermath of Fastlane on Monday Night's Raw, and I'll break that all down for you and give you my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion when I when you guys see me on the screen next. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here. As I've said before, False Count Anywhere live every Wednesday at 5 on Red Circle, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and TuneIn Podcasts, and right here live on YouTube, Twitter, X, and Facebook. Keep sharing this, guys. Please just get this word out. The more you do to help us out, the more we're going to better this. And we need help right now. Build this. Give us the help. So, on behalf of my other co host, wrestler Mr. X Jr., wrestling New England promoter Tony Jones, and my dad, Edward Dunn, and the man behind the scenes, Ron Rigo, this is Erik Dunn saying so long and thank you very much from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been another presentation of False Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Happy October to everybody out there. Happy fall officially. And next week, guys, it'll be Fastlane heavy and the results. Thank you all so much for watching and listening.